Turn AI into your paycheck. Welcome to Pro AI Income, where AI meets real profits. Do you know Google AntiGravity is gaining a lot of attention day by day? But the truth is, many of us still don't really know what it is, how it works, or why everyone is talking about it. So in this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about Google AntiGravity in a very simple way. We'll start by understanding what Google AntiGravity actually is, why it's becoming so powerful, and what makes it different from other AI coding tools. Then we'll see how to install this, how the interface works, and how you can actually use it to build real projects. And to demonstrate its real power, we're not just going to talk about it. We'll use Google AntiGravity to build real apps, and then we'll also create a complete business website from scratch. This will give you a clear idea of how this tool works in real-world scenarios and how even non-technical people can start building apps and websites using AI. So if you've been hearing about Google AntiGravity and wondering what the hype is really about, this video will show you exactly how it works. Now, if you think it will be beneficial to you and you want more tutorial like this, then just subscribe to the channel. Let's start by understanding what Google AntiGravity actually is. Google AntiGravity is essentially an AI-powered IDE. Now, if you're not familiar with that term, IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. In simple words, it's a software where developers build apps and websites. It usually includes things like a code editor, file manager, terminal, debugging tools, and everything needed to create software in one place. Traditional IDEs require developers to manually write all the code, but Google AntiGravity takes this idea a step further by integrating AI agents directly into the development environment. Instead of writing everything yourself, you can simply describe what you want to build, and the AI helps plan the task, generate the code, and update the project files automatically. One of the interesting things about Google AntiGravity is that it doesn't just generate random code snippets, it can actually understand the structure of your project, analyze different files, and make coordinated changes across the whole codebase. It also introduces features like planning mode for complex tasks, fast mode for quick actions, an agent manager to run multiple AI agents, and even a built-in browser environment to test your applications. So, in simple terms, Google AntiGravity is trying to transform the way apps and websites are built by combining a full development environment with powerful AI agents that assist you throughout the entire process. Now, the next question is, why is Google AntiGravity becoming so powerful, and why are so many developers talking about it? I think the main reason is its planning capability. For complex tasks, AntiGravity can first create a structured plan, break the problem into smaller steps, and then implement those steps across different files in the project. It also has the ability to understand the entire workspace, which means it doesn't just generate isolated code, it can analyze multiple files, update components, and make coordinated changes across the whole project. Another powerful feature is the AI agent system. You can run different agents that work on tasks, review code, or make improvements to your project. This makes it feel less like a simple coding tool and more like having AI teammates working alongside you. It also includes tools like a controlled browser environment for testing applications, support for multiple AI models, and features like autocomplete and workspace management that help speed up development. All of these things combined make Google AntiGravity much more than just another AI coding tool. It's trying to become a complete environment where AI actively participates in the entire development process. Now, you might be thinking, there are already many AI coding tools available today. Tools that can generate code, help with autocomplete, or answer programming questions. So what actually makes Google AntiGravity different? The biggest difference is that Google AntiGravity follows what's called an agent-first approach. Instead of acting like a simple assistant that just generates code snippets, it allows AI agents to actually work inside the development environment itself. These agents can interact with different parts of your workspace, including the code editor, terminal, and even the browser to complete real development tasks. For example, an agent can analyze your project files, create a development plan, write the required code, run the project in the terminal, open the application in a browser, test whether the feature actually works. All of this can happen within the same environment. Another thing that makes AntiGravity unique is its agent manager, which acts like a control center where you can run and monitor multiple AI agents working on different tasks or even different projects at the same time. It also generates something called artifacts, which include things like implementation plans, task lists, screenshots, and verification results. These help you understand exactly what the AI is doing and review its work before accepting the changes. So, unlike most AI coding tools that only assist developers, Google AntiGravity is designed to let AI agents actually participate in the entire development workflow, planning, building, testing, and improving the software. And that's what makes it feel less like a coding assistant and more like an AI-powered development environment. Now, let's see how you can install Google AntiGravity and start using it. The installation process is actually very straightforward. First, go to the official website and download the installer for your operating system. Google AntiGravity supports major platforms like Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, so you can choose the version that matches your system. Once the download is complete, run the installer just like you would install any normal software. Follow the setup instructions and complete the installation. After launching the application for the first time, you'll be asked to sign in with your Google account. This allows the IDE to connect with the AI models and services that power AntiGravity. Now, once you open Google AntiGravity, the first thing you'll see is the starting screen. Here, you get a few options to begin working. You can clone a repository from GitHub, open an existing folder, or open the Agent Manager if you want to manage AI agents across multiple projects. For this demo, we'll simply open a project folder. Once the project is loaded, the main workspace appears. At the center of the interface is the main editor area, where your project files open and where all the coding and modifications happen. This is where the AI will also generate and update code when implementing features. On the left side, you'll find the Project File Explorer. This shows the entire structure of your workspace, all folders and files, allowing you to quickly navigate through different parts of the project. On the right side, there's the AI Interaction panel, which is where you communicate with AntiGravity. Here you can describe tasks, give instructions, and even reference specific files using the @ symbol. This allows the AI to understand exactly which part of the project you're talking about. Another interesting thing is that you can attach images directly into the chat. This means you can show the AI how a UI should look, and it will try to implement that design inside the project. At the top of the chat panel, you'll also see options to choose how the AI should execute tasks. One option is planning mode, which is used for more complex tasks. In this mode, the AI first analyzes the request and generates a structured plan before making changes. The plan usually includes the goal, the files that will be modified, and a verification step to check if the implementation works correctly. For quicker changes, there's fast mode, where the AI directly executes the task without creating a detailed plan. This is useful for small updates, quick fixes, or simple feature additions. Another important option in this panel is the model selection, where you can choose which AI model will handle the task. AntiGravity supports multiple models, including Gemini models, where you can select faster models for everyday tasks or more powerful models when working on complex features. If you look at the top right corner of the interface, you'll also find several customization and configuration options. From here, you can adjust how the AI behaves, manage permissions, and configure how tasks should be reviewed before changes are applied. Another powerful capability inside AntiGravity is its support for MCP servers. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, which allows the IDE to connect AI agents with external tools and services. Through MCP servers, the AI can access additional tools, interact with APIs, and extend its capabilities beyond just editing code. There are also additional tools inside the interface, like the Browser Testing panel, where AntiGravity can open your application in a controlled browser environment and interact with it to test the result. You'll also find an autocomplete feature, which helps generate code suggestions directly in the editor when you press the Tab key. And finally, there is the Agent Manager, which allows you to run and manage multiple AI agents across different projects and workspaces at the same time. Overall, the interface is designed to combine a traditional development environment with powerful AI capabilities, making it possible to plan, build, test, and manage projects all from one place. Now, instead of just talking about the tool, let's actually build something with it. In this video, I'm going to build real projects using Google AntiGravity so you can see how it works in practice. First, I'll create an invoice generator app just by giving a simple prompt to the AI. While building it, I'll also show you how to connect MCP servers and use them as the backend. After that, we'll build a complete website for an interior design business. We'll create the pages, design the layout, and structure the whole website inside AntiGravity. And finally, I'll also show you how to deploy the website and make it live. So by the end of this video, you'll see multiple real use cases and get a clear idea of how powerful this tool actually is. Now let's start building our first application. For this demo, we're going to create a simple invoice generator app using Google AntiGravity. This is a very practical tool that freelancers, agencies, and small businesses use to quickly generate professional invoices for their clients. The idea of this app is simple. A user should be able to enter business details, client information, add services or items, automatically calculate totals, and generate a clean, professional invoice. For this task, I'm selecting Fast Mode because we want the AI to execute the task quickly without going through a long planning process. And for the AI model, I'm choosing Gemini Flash, which is a faster model and works really well for building small applications like this. So here I'm going to give AntiGravity a prompt describing the app we want to build, including the input fields, invoice layout, and calculation features. Once we run the prompt, AntiGravity will start generating the project structure, components, and logic required for the application. During this process, it may also show the main steps it plans to take and ask for approval before applying certain changes, depending on the review settings. This gives you control over what the AI is modifying inside your project. This is where you'll see the real power of the tool, turning a simple idea into an actual working app. Once the app structure is ready, we'll open it in the browser testing environment inside AntiGravity to see how it works. AntiGravity usually provides a localhost preview link, so we can simply open that link in the browser to see the app running. And the interface of the app looks like this. On the left side, users can enter business details, upload their logo, and add company information. Below that, there is a client section where you can enter the client name, email, and billing address. Then we have the invoice details, including invoice number, date, and tax rate. Users can also add line items with description, quantity, and price. On the right side, there is a live invoice preview that updates instantly as we fill the form. So the invoice is generated in real time, and once everything is ready, users can simply download it as a PDF. Now let's quickly test the app. First, I'll upload a logo and add the business name. For the address, I'll leave it blank for now, since this is just a quick demo. Next, in the Bill To section, I'll add some client details, the client name, email, and address, just to demonstrate how the invoice works. For the invoice details, I'll keep the default values like the invoice number and date. Now let's add some line items. For the first item, I'll write website design, quantity is 1, and the price will be $1,200. You can also add more items, so I'll add another one, SEO work, and set the price to $1,500. And as you can see, the invoice preview on the right side updates instantly as we add these details. Our invoice is basically ready now. You can also add bank details or payment information, but for this demo, I'll skip that part. Now we can simply download the invoice as a PDF. And there it is, a clean, professional invoice generated in seconds. It's super simple, very practical, and really easy to use, which makes this kind of app extremely useful for freelancers and businesses. But here we can notice a small issue. If you look at the downloaded PDF, the text alignment is not proper, especially in the line items and some sections of the invoice. Now, instead of manually fixing the code, we can simply go back to the AntiGravity chat and ask the AI to fix it. So I'll just give it a prompt to correct the text alignment in both the invoice preview and the generated PDF and make the layout clean and properly structured. AntiGravity will analyze the issue and update the code to fix the alignment. Now you can see AntiGravity has completed the update. Let's quickly test it again. I'll just add some random details to the form again to check whether the issue is fixed. Now I'll download the invoice once more. And yes, as you can see, the alignment is now perfectly structured in the PDF. So just like that, we fixed the issue. This shows how easily you can modify or improve any part of your app by simply giving instructions to AntiGravity. Now, let's take this app one step further and connect a backend to make it usable for real practical use. The idea is simple. When a user arrives, they should first sign up or log in, and after authentication, they can create invoices. We'll also add a past invoices section, where all the invoices created by the user will be saved. This way, even if the user logs out and comes back later, they can still review their previous invoices. To do this, we'll connect a Supabase MCP server. So I'll go to the code editor, and from there, open the MCP services section. Here, I'll select Supabase as the MCP service. Now, to connect it, we need a Supabase access token. So I'll click the link provided, which opens the Supabase dashboard. Here, I'll simply generate a new token, give it a name for this project, and create it. Once the token is generated, I'll copy it and come back to AntiGravity. Now I'll paste the token here and save it. And just like that, the Supabase MCP is connected to our project. Now, instead of manually setting up the backend, I'll simply ask AntiGravity to configure everything for us. For that, I'm just giving it a prompt. The prompt basically says to connect the project with the Supabase MCP backend, add user authentication with sign-up and login, and allow users to create and save invoices. It also asks AntiGravity to create a past invoices section where all the invoices generated by the user will be stored and can be accessed later. Once I run this, AntiGravity will start setting up the authentication system, database, and backend logic automatically. Now AntiGravity will start setting everything up. It may take a couple of minutes, maybe around 2 to 5 minutes, because it is configuring the backend both in the app and inside Supabase. I'll skip the waiting part, and I think it's done now. As you can see, the screenshots, the setup is complete. So let's test it. I'll open the localhost preview link, and now you can see it's showing a sign-in screen, which means the authentication system has been added. I'll just enter my email, create a password, and sign up. And as you can see, now I'm logged in and the dashboard is open. To test it, I'll quickly add a logo, business name, and a few random items just for demonstration. The invoice is generated and I'll download it. Now you can also see a Past Invoices button. If I click on it, the invoice we just created appears there, which means the front end is working exactly as instructed. Now let's check the back end. I'll open my Supabase account, the same one where we generated the token, and as you can see, a new project has automatically been created by AntiGravity. If I open it and go to Users, you can see my email listed there with the sign-up details, which means the authentication is being saved. Now, if we check the database, you can see tables like invoices and invoice items. If I open them, you can see the invoice data we just created is stored here, which means everything is working properly. So AntiGravity has basically handled both the front end and the back end setup automatically, and the app is already functional. The UI buttons may need a little refinement, but that can easily be adjusted by giving a few more instructions to the AI. So our invoice app is now ready. You can deploy it and start using it. I'll show the deployment process in the website section. So for now, let's move to the next example. Now let's create a complete website using AntiGravity. For this demo, I want to build a website for an interior design company. So again, I'll go to the Agent Manager, select Fast Mode, and give it a prompt to generate the website. The prompt basically asks AntiGravity to create an interior designer business website that showcases their work, includes a gallery of projects, allows users to book appointments, and contains all the necessary pages like services, portfolio, about, and contact. I will add all prompts in my Telegram group, so you can copy from that if you want. Now let's run the prompt and see how AntiGravity builds the website. Now the process is complete, and AntiGravity has finished generating the website. You can see the local host preview link, so I'll just click on it to open the website. And as you can see, the website is already ready. This is the Lumina interior design website, and it comes with all the main sections like Home, About, Services, Portfolio, and Contact, along with a Book a Consultation option. At the top, we have a modern hero section showcasing the brand message and a strong visual design. As we scroll down, you can see the About section, where the company story and experience are highlighted. Then there's a Services section explaining their expertise, like residential design, commercial design, custom furniture, and project management. Below that, we have a portfolio gallery where their recent interior design projects are showcased. Further down, there's a client testimonial and a consultation booking section where users can schedule a design session. And finally, the website also includes a complete footer with contact details, social links, and company information. So, with just one prompt, AntiGravity has generated a full professional business website with multiple sections and a clean, modern design. Now let's make a few improvements to this website. As you can see, the hero section image looks good, but the overlay text is not very clear, and the navigation bar is also not properly visible. So I'll ask AntiGravity to adjust the hero section so the text and navigation are clearly readable. Also, the booking form is currently just a static form, so we need to connect it to actually receive submissions. For that, I'm going to use FormsFree, which is a third-party tool that allows you to connect website forms directly to your email. So I'll quickly log into FormsFree's website, create a new form, and generate the form endpoint link. Now I'll simply paste that link into AntiGravity and ask it to connect the booking form with this endpoint. AntiGravity will update the form so that whenever someone submits it, the details will be sent directly to my email. Now it looks like the changes are done, so let's check it again. I'll refresh the local host preview, and as you can see, the hero section now looks much better, and the navigation is clearly visible. Now let's test the booking form to make sure it's working properly. Now I'm adding all my details like name, email, property type, date, and a short message, and then clicking on the Send Request button. And yes, it shows that the inquiry has been submitted successfully. Now let's check the Gmail inbox. I'm opening my Gmail, and as you can see, I've received a new email from the website. It contains all the form details like the name, email, property type, date, and the message that was submitted. So this means the booking form is now fully working and all the inquiries from the website will come directly to your email. This is how you can connect your website forms and start collecting leads. AntiGravity handled most of the work for us. I just showed you the basic demo, but you can go much further, like making the website more attractive, adding animations, improving sections, and customizing it however you want. Now let's deploy this website. For deployment, you can simply ask AntiGravity to prepare the project for deployment on platforms like Netlify or any other hosting service. AntiGravity will automatically collect all the code files, organize them properly, and create a downloadable project folder. So once I give that instruction, AntiGravity prepares the files and places the folder on my system. As you can see, the project folder is now available in my Downloads section. Now we just need to deploy it. I'll open Netlify in a new tab, log into my account, and click on Add New Project. Then I'll select the Deploy Manually option. Here I'll simply drag and drop the AntiGravity project folder, Netlify will start processing the files, and as you can see, it's building and deploying the website automatically. After a few moments, the deployment is complete, and the website is now live on the internet. You can see the generated URL, which means anyone can now access the site from anywhere. You can also later connect a custom domain if you want to use your own branded website address. So this was just a small demonstration of what you can actually build using AntiGravity. With tools like this, you are not limited to simple websites. You can build complete SaaS applications, internal business tools, dashboards, CRM systems, automation platforms, and many other types of real-world software. You can connect APIs to bring external data into your apps, integrate MPC backends like Supabase to handle authentication, databases, and storage, and even connect different services together to create powerful workflows. For example, you could build tools like client management systems, booking platforms, invoice systems, lead generation dashboards, project management tools, or custom business software tailored for specific industries. You can also improve your apps by adding animations, modern UI designs, integrations, and automations, making them look and function like professional products. Also, at the time, AntiGravity is completely free to use, so it's a great opportunity to explore it, experiment with different ideas, and build as much as you can while it's available. The most powerful part is that a lot of this can be done simply by giving clear prompts and guiding the AI step by step, which means even people without deep coding knowledge can start building useful tools and digital products. So explore the platform, experiment with different ideas, and try building your own tools. With a little creativity, you can turn simple ideas into real working applications. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who wants to learn about AI tools and building with AI. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.